Usually that corresponding section in central government, they form a high power committee inducting experts from all fields, all universities, all IISCs, all management institutes, research institutes. Okay, maybe 8-member committee. In last couple of years, maybe few dozen committee I was there in that committee as member. In university affiliation committee or deemed to be university deemed to be accreditation committees. Okay, in our apex regulatory body, my name was there in the number 1 position. Okay, in the list there are maybe 7, 8, 10 vice chancellors because I have been selected as best professor of the country as UGC chairman's nominee there. But believe me friends, that education I am not inducting here. I tell my working experience, very simple experience. That will help you, I strongly believe. Please listen carefully. Okay, you see, everybody knows the path, but only few of us, they walk it. Right now the people working on the stage, they walk it. That is the difference. You never become successful or success after all nahi aate hai friends. Okay, you have to accrue that. There are stages of success. We called it 5 stages for success. The first stage is dream, then goal, third planning, fourth belief, fifth action. What is dream? You have heard so many times. But your dream is actually your aspiration, your desire, strong desire. Okay, what you think about your future. If you give repeated indulgence, if you think of it repeatedly, if you live with that dream continuously, if you visualize, then that fluid state, vapor state, that crystallizes in your brain. We call it dream. Okay, it's not the nightmare. We call it dream. You just conceive your success. Okay, so His Excellency Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Azad, sir, I got the responsibility to host him when he was Science City in our seminar. Okay, so I was the chairman of the reception committee. So he said that you should have that dream which will not allow you to dream. Okay, so a dream, when it is written down, that becomes your goal. That becomes your target. And a goal broken down part by part. Okay, that is your actually planning. And you should have belief on your action plan. Belief is very important. That fourth step. Okay, belief is very, very important. And another thing is very important. Belief is one engine, you can say. Another engine is actually your motivation. Motivation. Where from that motivation come? Actually, it is, I can say that it is the resulting effect of your aspiration, your dream, and your faith. Okay, that actually culminated into a state of mind. We call it motivation. Okay, and I mean, when your dream is in the fluid state, if you visualize this continuously, there are 3 steps I'll recommend. All successful people will recommend. Visualize your dream, verbalize, and vitalize. Visualization is very, very important, friends. Some lady maybe is out of love, say maybe leaving his parents, going out. His parents is against the marriage. Why? Because it is continuous visualization of last so many months or couple of years. She conceived that state. Okay, actually visualization is the process of conceiving everything, friends. And whatever you will conceive in your mind, and if you believe in it, you will definitely achieve it. That is the science. Okay. If you meet any nutritionist, You will say that your physiology, आपका वो जो physiology है, आपका disease, आपका profile, lipid profile, वो जो कुछ भी है, वो आपका food habit से आता है. Some factor is genetic factor and some factor is from food habit. Okay, similarly, all successful people say you are what you think. Okay, your thought process actually. So that's why you should verbalize that one. You should speak the right. You should speak about the future you desired. There is a power in speaking right. Right? Sir Einstein once said, in today's world, whatever you are creating, what you are observing, that actually first generated in someone's mind. One by one. Okay? Professor Ben Sahar, a renowned professor at Harvard University, he said that in this century, the greatest discovery is that by changing the thought process, a man can change his destiny. Okay. So that's why my humble suggestion is that please check your thoughts. ये business चलेगा नहीं, मुझे मैंने I will not be successful. No, please change your thoughts. Okay, because actually the thoughts is, but your words is actually the reflection of your thoughts. So second step is please check your words. That actually resulting into your action. And check your action. That is actually forming your habits. And that habits actually forming your character, which ultimately resulting into your destiny. So that is very important. I always give one example. Suppose if you find any snake in your hand, what you will do? आप उनका beauty enjoy करेंगे, or instantaneously you will throw it out. Likewise, friends, please dissociate yourself from any negative environment, for any negative input, for any negative thoughts. If any negativity generates here, instantaneously you delete it. You connect with you think about your upline diamond suggestion, you think about your upline mentor suggestions, all such positive inputs. Okay, that is very important, friends. And another thing what I observed, that failure people always suffer from a disease, that is procrastination. It's very common in all failure people. Procrastination, गड़ीमसी. हिंदी में क्या होगा? गड़ीमसी? डालमोटो, right? So but if you observe all successful people, they are having always to-do mentality. Okay, do it now mentality. To-do list. They always move with to-do list. Planner. Do it now mentality. And why you should convert your dream into a goal? Because when you are putting date to your goal and dream, that is becoming your goal. Actually, from pharma angle, if I tell you that date is an important antibiotic, very effective antibiotic, which kills that procrastination virus. Right, doctor? Okay, so that's why it is very important that only desire will not help you to achieve that one. You have to come forward, you have to convert it into your goal, because goal moves the business. And MA products actually successfully supplement the same to achieve your goal one by one. That is very important. Okay, so MA products help me to develop a huge organization. Ultimately, to construct, so I was talking in my first session, no, I have to close my village house. Right now, there is a very furnished, modern house is there in my Janma Vita. 2000 square feet, fully air conditioned. And then in the next village, Kamarpur Thakur's house. So last year I finished 8,000 plus square feet construction, fully air conditioned, fully marble within the house, my own house. Swimming pool, personal lift, everything is there. Okay, so that was my goal. One by one, I achieved that with the help of these products, by selling those products, helping others, teaching others to sell those products. True story. All I have built through tax-paid money. So goal move the business phase. Successful people, when I have gone through their success stories, I observed that they miss the goal. I also miss the goal. In first session, I have already shared. But temporarily, I analyzed that yes, I missed the date, but my goal is there still. Always I refix the date with re-energy and experience, and came back, and came back, and came back, and came back. That's why today I am here. You probably don't know that 1st January 2020, doctor infused chemotherapeutic agents in my blood. 1st January 2020, the whole country was engaged, enjoying the, celebrating the first day of the year, picnic and etc. And I started fighting there. And that continued for 2.5 years, up to May 2022. But I know I am bouncing back because I am surrounded by the blessings of all of you. I am protected with MA products. I am protected with MA nutraceuticals I will cover. Okay, so proper planning, third step, is very important because planning actually improves productivity. Planning actually help you to minimize your failure. Very, very important. Planning what he had that this is May, okay, June, July, okay, coming September I will start silver up line. No, this is not planning. Planning means you have to identify the different components, different tasks your mentor is guiding. और जो कुछ आप mentor आपको suggest करता है, वो लिख लो, part by part. Then within scheduled date you have to finish that. I can give you some example. Okay, I can elaborate a little bit. Say, for example, how many opportunity meeting you have to be conducted this month? Today is 18. Remaining say maybe 20, 12 or 30 days. To have desired number of which you have targeted. Number of AVO registration and preferred customer registrations. That is your planning. How many product orientation meeting to be conducted this month, next week, next to next week, next to next week, next to next week? How many point demonstration Archana was telling? How many maybe beauty break? How many leadership training? All such things. Okay, and how many say for example people ultimately getting focused towards achieving their 365 days health span per year. You are doing neutralite training. So out of the audience, how many people getting focused? Okay, this is the path I can achieve my health and remain healthy next of my life. So I was about to die during my last chemotherapy, 28 May 22. Okay, 3 months I was continuously bedridden. But so meticulously I am maintaining home hygiene, personal hygiene, and giving support with my nutraceuticals, and gradually overcoming all side effects of that chemotherapeutic agents. I bounce back. So I am focused with those products. That means I have a PV generating machine in my upline. Likewise, how many of you are ultimately training your team so that they become focused for their health, for the health of their near and dear one? That is very, very important, friends. I was bedridden. Still my organization was in force. They already focused. That is planning. Clear? Now, after planning, do you really believe? That is very important. Because without belief, there is no committed effort. आपका विश्वास नहीं है तो आप काम पे नहीं रहेंगे. Okay? Belief triggers the mind to figuring ways and means. Belief triggers the power to do. Very, very important, friends. So आपको विश्वास